Welcome to today's Lineage 2 Revolution video. I'm your host, Judo Sloth, and firstly I just want to thank Lineage 2 for sponsoring today's video. There is a link in the description if you guys want to download the game and get yourself started with the Dawn of Destruction update. Be sure to click that link. In today's video, we are going to be playing through some of the Tower of Insolence. There was changes to that in the Dawn of Destruction update. We'll obviously talk you through that shortly. We will also be playing the Altar of Madness dungeon and the Temple Guardian. So you will get to see a little bit of variety of Lineage 2, what it has to offer in this video. And like we said, one of the main talking points is going to be the Dawn of Destruction update. I have started out with one of the brand new Orc race characters, which you start at level 180 with 500,000 power. So what that means, guys, is that if you're starting out, maybe your friends already play this game, you'll actually be starting out at a fantastic level. This is a brand new unique class, and you can all start out at the same level. You will get a brand new set of SR gear, which, as you can see, I am loaded up with armor, that heavy sword doing all of that damage, and what we have here is the Tower of Insolence. Now, there was a bit of an expansion for that within this update. They expanded it to floor level 145, and they also added the auto quest feature as part of that. Now, basically, the Tower of Insolence is a number of different floors within the tower, dungeons if you will, and you're going to have to battle through them. Each one of them will get slightly harder. Because I have started out with a level 180 Orc, these lower levels aren't really too difficult for me. You can see that I can take down the regular monsters here relatively easily, and even once I get to the boss, I can use one of my superpowers in order to take it down in pretty much a single shot. That is pretty impressive. Now, guys, there were a lot of other changes in this update as well. There was the level 320 expansion for anyone that already does play Lineage 2. You had the new server added and server merge, lots of UI improvements and cross-server matching added as well. Alongside these different quests that you have within the game, there's a lot of them, guys, so many. This one being the Altar of Madness, where I team up with some other players. I didn't really have any friends at the moment online in order to do it with, so I jumped into a random game, and you can see that they will indeed lead me through this pretty much. I will just tag along, swipe at nothing, and get the odd hit in here and there. However, there was a new dungeon difficulty added in that of the daily dungeon. There's other events always going on, guys. There is also the strengthening boost event, which is currently undergoing following that Dawn of Destruction update, so you can get your characters boosted that little bit more. Just because you start with the Orc character, guys, you don't have to. You've got a bunch of character slots, so I'm showing you gameplay because it's brand new of that character, but you can, when you first log into the game, select which character you want to continue playing. So you don't have to stick with the same one. You can mix and match, obviously, and that obviously is going to help you in terms of variety in the game. There's so many different events that you can take part with. Like we said, you can dive into these with your friends, just as a single player, just to level up your characters, and you can do exactly what you want. Now, obviously, as part of your characters, you also have all of your inventory. You have a lot of items, which, as you can see, that is going to help your character. It's not just leveling that up, it's also trying to get extra gear. You guys have played MMORPG style games before. This one, for mobile, really does send it to a whole new level. However, they did add more slots within the inventory, so you can have 600 slots for your gear, and and that obviously means you can change things around depending on what event you are going to be playing. You can definitely level things up, but remember, if you are starting out as a brand new orc character, you will get all of that SR gear as well. You get the ammo, the sword, which you can see I am obviously rocking in this video, absolutely slamming with that sword. Super powerful, and basically you don't have to worry about leveling up your character. It's quite nice. You can do that, you've got extra characters, but you can dive straight into the game and feel like even if your friends play, you can actually dive into the game at a reasonable level and actually help them out as well. So that is going to be very exciting. We are going to get to the end of the gameplay here of the Altar of Madness. There is one more boss at the end, which you can see. Let's try and take that out, but to be honest, I'm too busy watching the tutorial here. My friends are there ready to take that out, and then we will get onto the Temple Guardian. There was a lot of cross-server matchmaking that was changed as well. The 3v3 honorable battlefield, you can compete to be the best on that. The arena, the temporal rift, summoning circle, and the Temple Guardian, which is what we're going to show you after this boss. So as you can see, he looks pretty impressive. He's showing off his stuff here, taking the blood of his foe in order to make himself stronger, but we need to be able to take him down. So as we get through to this, it is an orc himself, but we have 4 different characters ready to take him out, and let's dive straight into that. With our special abilities, obviously what you can do throughout this game is you can play with your own character. You can decide when you want to use what moves and when you want to use potions and whatever you might require within the battle, but you can also put that on to auto battle as well. So maybe you have to run off for something, you can click onto the auto battle and he will continue to take down the enemy. As you can see, my team pretty much doing all of the work there. I'm just there for moral support on this one, but where I feel I was a little bit more useful for my team was the Temple Guardian. Now this works very similar to the Tower of Insolence that you saw, but you're kind of running through this with your friends as well. So as you can see, I am not putting the auto battle on for this. I do want to try and go through it myself. And there is just wave after wave of monsters, and you can see how long you have to survive. You can see that there is 4 minutes and 30 seconds pretty much on the right hand side of your screen. We will fast forward through some of it, but I do want to show you some of this gameplay because it was pretty fun trying to defend against this. We almost had different lanes that we could take part of. Now we ended up kind of running around the screen as it was, but as you can see, you have that central compartment, and on this kind of map there are 4 different channels, and the different players could almost take charge of one of them channels, and as a backup plan we could then meet in the central compartment in order to help each other out. So I was kind of running towards the left and the bottom side here, but to be honest, I quickly realized that my team were kind of sitting in the central compartment, so I was just kind of following around there, and when I got bored and I wanted to bring the battle to my enemy, I would indeed run down the steps and try and snipe off some of the hit points. I wasn't too useful in the battle before this, so I wanted to try and bring myself a little bit more into the action with this one. As you can see, getting stunned by some of these monsters, not able to continue fighting, but we are going to be able to take them out. The perks of being able to start at level 180. Fantastic stuff, and honestly, it just feels great to be able to have that benchmark that even if you're just starting, you can get into this and really start at a higher level. That's something that is not always easy to do within games, but this is fantastic to be able to merge in with your friends. As you can see, quite a few of the monsters getting to the central area there, so we had to try and help our team out, and then what we'll do is skip forward to the final minute or so, so you can see just as we start to get a little bit ramped up in pressure here, the monsters start to come in a little bit more quickly, and really we're not going to have much of an issue, to be honest, guys. These monsters haven't really done anything to me at the moment, and my teammates are sitting back quite comfortable. All we need to do is fend them off for another 30 seconds and we are good to go. So again, I really want to just thank Lineage 2 for sponsoring today's video. If you are interested in downloading it, the link is in the description. If you enjoy MMORPG style games, this brings it to mobile in a whole new level. And remember, you can get started at level 180 as one of the new orc characters. So that is going to wrap it up for this one, guys. I've been your host, Judo Sloth. You can see we are going to win this one out, but that wraps it up. Until next time, guys, peace out.